I, 23 male, married my wife, 24 female, last year before the whole pandemic fiasco. I was lucky not to get affected by the pandemic and got the order of alternating between working at home for 1 week and coming to the office on the next one, which works fine by me. My sister-in-law, 34 female, and her husband, however, are not so lucky. Both of them got fired from their job because of cost cutting, which forced them to move in with my in-laws. Around June of last year, I came home from work to find boxes and bags in the living room and saw my niece and nephews running around the house. My wife pulled me aside and told me that her family got evicted from their home and have nowhere else to go, so she invited them to come stay with us, without my permission. I was furious, but figured that it is not worth fighting over, especially when they are already here, so I let it slide. My wife promised that her sister and brother-in-law would try to find jobs as soon as possible, move out with my in-laws, and reimburse me for the food or any other necessities that I provided for them. Months go by, and there's no sign of them even trying. My in-laws also look like they are in no hurry to find some way to move out or find somewhere else to stay. They treat my home like it is their own, since they began putting away some old decoration on the excuse that it looked tacky before putting up their own taste of decor. I'm starting to feel like they are just using me for my money, since I'm the one who paid for everything, including the phone bills. I gave my wife an emergency card to be used, but she misused it for her family, so I took it back. Earlier this year, I confronted them about when they can move out, and they flip out on me. My in-laws have the audacity to insult me by saying that my late grandparents literally hand me down everything I have, and how I should not have any problem with them living with me for the foreseeable future. Just to be clear, the house belongs to my late grandparents, so it means so much to me. They literally put me as the sole inheritor to everything they own, including their savings and life insurances. I got angry and leave the house. My wife has been texting me nonstop ever since, telling me to come back and apologize for trying to kick her family out of my house, and how selfish I was for putting money over family. I reminded her of her promise, and she hung up on me. My guilty conscience keeps telling me that I should just let them live there, since they are my wife's family and my in-laws, and are old now. But I'm tired of having to deal with the stress from both my high-stress job and at home. So, will I be the a-hole for throwing my wife's family out of my house? Update. I pull my wife aside and tell her my decision, and she, of course, flipped out on me. She cursed me out for wanting to kick out her family, and accidentally revealed about them selling the fine china that is displaying in the dining room a few weeks back, because they don't have any money. Those fine china are my family heirlooms that my grandmother got from her mother, and I treasure it so much. It is so ridiculous for her to sell it, since I have a grocery subscription sent to the house every week that would be enough to feed all of them. I told that she and her family have until Monday to pack their stuff and leave. Got the police involved when they didn't, and I filed a divorce on that same day. I have hired several handymen to fix the house. Not the a-hole. They weren't suddenly evicted one day. They knew they were going to be evicted. They had time to box everything up and arrange to take it to your house. Your wife planned this behind your back. I have to wonder if any of this was planned before you were married. You need to contact a lawyer and get rid of the in-laws. Be prepared to get a divorce. In the meantime, do not do anything that could cause your wife to get pregnant. She should be working with you and helping her family get out. You've been married for such a short amount of time. She should not be wanting to share that time with her entire family. Everybody sucks here. You had me until you called it my house, in all caps. I'm imagining you stomping your feet with a scowl as you say it. Did you seriously not put your wife's name on the house when you inherited it? If that's not the case, it might not be your in-laws' house, but it is your wife's as well as yours. She sucks for not discussing it with you beforehand. Not because the house is yours, but because it's both of yours. The person suggesting you get a lawyer and start eviction proceedings is being ridiculous. Unless this is the hill you choose to die on, and you're okay blowing up your marriage over it. Yes, the situation sucks, but I can promise you the overall cost, financial, mental, emotional, of doing so will be much, much worse than putting up with your in-laws for a little longer. Definitely do give them a firm deadline to get out so they know you mean business. Hopefully it'll make them take the job hunt more seriously. March 2017, Sosua, Dominican Republic. For context, as I doubt most people will be tropical weather enthusiasts around here, let me explain the wonders of Dominican rainy days. 10 o'clock a.m., brain-melting sun that makes you want to move to Alaska and marry an effing seal. 11:15 a.m., torrential rain, the Great Flood. Get ready for some scuba diving on the highway. 11:30 a.m., see weather for 10 a.m. Reception. I, 20 female, am a humble front desk receptionist, stressed and holding all of my anxiety behind my standard public service smile and a cheerful attitude. The day is slow, for now, and in my free time, I am going through the check-ins we are expecting for the day, making sure all the welcome packs are ready to go as soon as the clients show up. A colleague, the new girl, is sneakily checking her phone under the front desk, and I don't blame her. It has been raining on and off for like 2 hours now. Sun, then rain, then sun again. Right now, it's raining again, and I can hear the heavy drops falling on the glass ceiling of the main hall. I almost wish it would collapse on me and end my suffering, but I stay strong and continue being a productive member of society. Then he comes, like a banana on the sidewalk, like death at a picnic. The German. I gotta say, the majority of German folk are the most polite people on earth, usually my favorite clients, and I deal with them a lot since I'm one of the 4 people in the hotel that can actually speak their language. But this specific family, I can feel the floor rumbling when this bear of a blonde man approaches the front desk. The floor ducking trembles at every step. He is big, wearing a horrible shirt with all the colors in the wrong places, and also as red as a tomato. Like most Germans, not used to the awfully strong sun, and too cool for sunscreen. He brings the family in. Wifey, a clearly Dominican girl who's way younger than him and wearing nothing but a bikini and a Louis Vuitton bag whilst hypnotized by her phone for the whole exchange. And 2 little girls that look like a Latin American German mix, approximately 6 and 10 years old, that are running around the family playing catch, talking in Spanish and giggling. The Deutsch giant hits the desk with a graceful fist in an attempt to attract my nice colleague's attention. She immediately puts away the phone, smiles, and tries to greet him in English. Nice colleague. Good morning, Mr. Ed. How can I? He cuts her off and starts yelling at her in fast, angry German. He also keeps hitting the desk to emphasize his discontent. The poor girl looks like she is about to cry and looks at me confused and scared. I jump in and approach him in German. He seems less angry. ED. Finally! You should have interpreters here all the time. It's incredibly unprofessional. I shouldn't have to learn English or Spanish to go on vacations. I should be here relaxing. We do have interpreters. They work on pager issues. When you need one, you page them and they go wherever they are needed. But I know that explaining it to him will just make him more mad. So I put in place my number 1 rule. Let the stupid people believe stupid things. OP. I'll make sure we have one here in reception more often, sir. Now, how can I help you? He seems calm for now. He looks at the family, looks back at me, points at the glass ceiling, and says in the most condescending voice, ED. It's raining again. He caught me off guard. I didn't understand if he was trying to make small talk or if he was actually complaining to the reception about the rain. OP. Yes, sir. What a shame, right? Let's hope tomorrow will be sunny. I decided to treat it as small talk, and that doesn't make him happy. He is astonished that I don't see the issue. The ballerina-like fist is slammed again on the counter as he yells at me with the look of somebody who is really considering invading Poland. ED. I paid for this holiday. Paid to come in this tropical country and enjoy the sun, not to see rain every day of the whole week. It's ruining my vacation. He is absolutely convinced I should do something about it, and I am so tempted to just tell him to wait a second while I check the weather machine. But I know sarcasm will be my grave if he feels like I'm making fun of him. So I silently lose an inch of hope in humanity and do my ducking job, and I do it good. I show him a long series of fun family activities that can be done even if it's raining: petting zoo, underground swimming pool, Monkey Island, etc. He seems interested in the rain rafting passes. They take you down some rapids in a canoe, and it's even better when it's raining. I managed to sell him 4 of those, and he leaves with a happy family. The 2 little girls never behaved in an entitled way. They were rambunctious and running around, but they were always close to the mom and never too loud. Just 2 kids on vacation. I never saw the mom talk to this dude, but she did look up with a disappointed look when he started complaining about the rain. I was grateful the rest of the family was minding their business. I go back to my work, proud of myself for turning a complaint into commission money. Yay me! Unfortunately, disgrace always brings his friend disaster to the table, and not even an hour after, it's time for Round 2, fight! It stopped raining like half an hour ago, but I don't even notice because of a charming event that happens almost every day when you work reception. It's time for 1,000 check-ins all at the same time when only 2 people are behind the counter because duck you, receptionist. Fun game. Play it with your family. Might not be suitable for people with heart conditions. The angry mustache is back, and he couldn't care less about the queue. With his recognizable loveliness and patience, he pushes back the cute couple on honeymoon I was serving and slams his effing fist on the desk again. By now, I feel like shoving it inside his... Never mind. I swallow my hate and show off my best customer service smile. OP. I am very sorry, sir. If you would just allow me to finish the transaction with these guests, I'll be with you in a minute. He is not having it. ED. I bought passes for the rafting, but not even 5 minutes in, it stopped raining, and there wasn't enough water to go fast after it stopped. I want my money back. I try to explain to him that because he already used the pass, I can't reimburse him. OP. You will be able to use that pass any other time. You could just wait for another rainy day, sir. He is even redder now. He looks like he is going to explode. Luftwaffe style. ED. I am leaving tomorrow. Are you dumb? I want my money, and I want to do the canoe thing today. Get me your manager, now. I happily call my supervisor, who is also front desk manager, and a really ducking hot Dominican woman. She speaks like 10 languages, does her job like a boss. She takes no crap, and I know it well. I might have the tiniest crush on her, but don't tell her. She shows up wearing black high heels and a black suit, fiery red hair, and dark red lipstick. She is fairly short, shorter than me even with heels, but she has a tall aura, like a mighty, dangerous fairy. She is fierce. My little gay heart misses a beat. In the most elegant German possible, she says, HM, good afternoon. Sorry for the wait. I'm OP supervisor and front desk manager. What seems to be the problem? As soon as she introduces herself, the German org starts a tirade about how much service sucks, about how I sold him a pass for raining canoes and then it stopped raining. He ends the monologue repeating like 3 times that this country sucks. ED. This place is crap. Why call it tropical if it's always raining? Unbelievable. I came here to see sun and warm weather, not rain for a full week. Are you going to do something about it? All this time, Hot Manager is listening carefully and shaking her head with empathy for the poor man's misadventures. I try to chime in to explain to her my side, but she shushes me and points to the clients in the queue. I keep doing my job while she deals with him on the other side of the counter. After he is done with his therapy session, he waits for an answer, since Hot Manager hasn't said anything yet. With extreme nonchalance, professionality, calm, and politeness, she asks, HM, OP, pass me the reception phone, please. This problem needs to be dealt with immediately. ED seems pleased that she is taking his complaint so seriously and is gloating with pride, sending me I told you so looks. I grab the phone and put it on the counter. She grabs it, thanks me, and starts dialing a number I've never seen. The owner? The all-powerful director? The head of security? What the duck is going on? She waits a second on the line and then starts talking, and when she does, I convince myself I need to marry this woman. HM. Good afternoon. This is HM from Hotel Blah Blah. Is this Eden? Could you put me through with our Lord and Savior? Tell him it's Anne calling. Yes, I can wait. Thank you very much. ED is equally confused and furious. I can see the top of his head so red I could probably fry an egg on it. After a couple seconds of silence, she keeps speaking. Hey, Jesus, my man, how are you doing up there? Is the big man okay? Send my regards. Listen, I need a favor. Could you please stop the rain here in Sosua? Really? Awesome. I owe you one, mate. She hangs up the phone and smiles innocently to the fuming, humiliated man. He then grabs the 2 little girls and drags them to their room, screaming something incoherent about a bad TripAdvisor review. Even the mom is laughing behind them, yet the girls are crying because of all the yelling. I am frantically translating everything she said on the phone to my colleague in Spanish, and we are almost having a stroke trying not to laugh. After he is gone, she turns around, smiles, and says to me, HM, good job on selling him those passes. Even I couldn't smile at that dude for more than 30 seconds. Now, I want to see that queue gone when I come back in an hour. Come on, girls. And she disappears, heels elegantly ticking on the floor, and I just keep thinking, Duck, I need to ask her out. P.S. That same manager 8 months after gave me a promotion as trainee general manager, and we are still very good friends. Unfortunately, I left the country before I had the opportunity to ask her out without any conflict of interest. Since she was my boss, it would have been inappropriate to do it while working there. He goes to a country where the predominant languages are English and Spanish, and expects people to know German? I'd like to see someone show up at his workplace in Germany and expect to speak English. After all, why should they learn to speak German? After all, there are 19,181,945 reasons why people in Germany need to learn English. Your manager was savage. Jesus? Hello, I'm calling again. You remember your friend Anne, right? Well, can you give me a boss like her? No? Okay. I'm going to continue my boring life. Bye!